Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about Kwite and just all of the stuff that's happened and come out so far. So a big reason why I didn't upload a video beforehand and why I'm doing it now is because I didn't want to upload a video when there was only one side of the story coming out in a very serious situation. Kwite was accused of things like SA, racism, transphobia, so many things that, the R word, that I didn't want to talk about it because of the severity of it. I didn't want to come off as somebody, siding with the victim or siding with Kwite. I wanted to keep things very neutral and just not pick a side until somebody has talked about it. And luckily, Kwite has made his video and I'm safe. I feel like I'm safe to say this. I'm glad I didn't make a video on that. Kwite was very wrongfully accused and it's pretty fucking crazy, the situation in itself. Now, if you don't know what happened in the middle of that situation, Kwite was accused of some crazy things like I just reminded you earlier, SA, the R word, racism, transphobia, just even more things than that. It's insane amount of things. And all of Twitter, as per usual, condemned him as a R word and basically just wanted his career gone and believed the victim right off the bat. And this is a prime example as to why we don't do that and why we shouldn't be doing that anymore, because Kwite's new video, it's an hour and 30 minutes long. It debunks literally everything. He has 10 times more proof than Orion. The evidence he presents shows so much more proof than Orion and makes 10 times more sense than Orion. It baffles me that so many people jump to that conclusion, which is why I'm making this video right now, because I'm an advocate for innocent until proven guilty. And so many people on Twitter, even after the situation or during it, would shit on him, and after the situation apologized, but then said that I'm still going to believe victims right away. I hate that analogy. I get the intent is to be a good person because, obviously you wouldn't rather choose to believe an R word over a victim. But at the end of the day, whoever the alleged R word is could have their career ruined just by you siding with the victim. And all you're doing is contributing to the problem that Orion wanted to start. Orion wanted Kwite's career gone. That was the purpose of this entire situation. And that is possibly coming true. Kwite might give up on the entire YouTube system, the entire YouTube thing, because his face has been leaked. Everything that's personal to him has been leaked, and he has had to forcefully talk about it so he could prove his innocence. And no man should ever have to go through something like that. And not only should no man ever have to go through something like that, but at the same time, no person should force someone to come out about personal things like this. The situation didn't even have anything to do with this stuff, and he ended up having to talk about a lot of this stuff because he needed to prove that innocence. Yes, he could have maybe done it in a different way, but I think the way he did it was the best way he could to prove that innocence. And these people are part of that problem. These people condemned him, said that he's a horrible person and that he deserves everything coming his way, and now they look like fucking idiots. And granted, I know a lot of them were apologizing to him and he's taking that apology. Personally, I wouldn't take that apology. I would want more. An apology is not enough for literally trying to ruin your career, but a good point that he tries to make is, if you don't know the Slazo situation, he was a part of the group of people who, wrongfully accused him of doing what he did, and Kwite even talks about that in his hour-long video, and that's why he accepts people's apology for doing this stuff to him, because he knows what it's like and he has done it in the past, so he doesn't want to be that guy that's like, a hypocrite, right? He's done it before and he feels like it's fair to give people that chance to apologize, and I respect Kwite for doing that, but I think at the end of the day, Kwite has learned his lesson so much from the Slazo situation, and he's apologized so many times for it, that I really think he should be taking legal action against Orion and all this stuff, because his public image has been completely ruined. Even though he's proved himself right, his public image is still ruined, right? People can still consider him an alleged R word, and they know what he looks like, all of this stuff. It's just things have been leaked. He can't just go back to YouTube normally, really, anymore. And that's where I come to the conclusion that he really should be taking a bit more legal action against Orion for something like this, because it is ridiculous that they have said and done all of these things. Watch the video for yourself, please. I'm not going to summarize in an hour, 30-minute long video. It's a lot to take in. But again, he's had to explain his entire sex life, explain literally personal things that most of us wouldn't want on the internet or wouldn't want random people knowing. And it sucks having to see stuff like that happen. And I feel like, I don't know how we haven't learned our lesson, right? With situations similar to Slazo, with situations similar to Pyrocynical, situations similar to even Carson in some way. We're not learning our lesson here. Like constantly, over and over and over again, and people continue to believe the victim right off the bat. And it's a reason why so many content creators who are falsely accused, it's ruined their careers. There's a reason why so many people continue to do this to people. It's because they know that even if they know they're in the wrong and they know they're going to get caught, at the end of the day, that person's life is ruined, and that's all they came there for. And Orion is an example of one of those people. He wanted Kwite to be in shambles. He wanted Kwite to consider his career and end it. I have a strong beliefs that this Orion dude probably knew he was going to respond in a good way, because there's no way that this was his plan and that he thought he was genuinely right. Because literally, if you watch the video or even like 10 minutes into it, Kwite shows so much proof as to why he wasn't even sexually interested in this person, and that Orion was the only one actually sexually interested in Kwite. So it literally just takes a complete 180, and it just makes you feel bad because Kwite technically was a victim in this situation, was abused by this person consistently. I mean, their relationship lasted like 2 days, like an actual relationship lasted like 2 days, and he was used consistently over and over and over again. And for a guy who's gone through so many problems, it really makes you feel for the guy, especially during this situation and all of the stuff going down, because he was accused of one of the worst things possible, and now he has to live with that label on him because there's some people who still will obviously believe it, and he has to think about whether or not doing YouTube is still worth it. He's lost thousands of followers, and now he has to try to come back and relive it like nothing happened, and it's very difficult to do. But anyways, guys, you know, show Kwite some love. He's been on Twitter, been a little bit active, you know, he's talked about needing time off, which, you know, grant him that respect. But just please, before I leave, please start doing this. Start not taking sides. When allegations come out, do not take the victim or the accuser's side. Just stay neutral, please. I know Twitter is a fucking shit fest, and it's really hard to convince people on there to, you know, be reasonable, but for the love of God, please just be neutral. It is not that hard to just say, I am not going to pick a side. It's not that hard to just say, I'm going to wait until the other person responds, then I will form an opinion. And I think the same thing goes for YouTubers as well. The people who milk this type of shit is wild. Please do not milk this type of content. Please. I understand if, like, for example, a Cheeto milked like Jellybean, but the thing is that Jellybean didn't care. Jellybean was fine with it, and on top of that, it wasn't like he was milking R-word allegations, you know, SA allegations, right? When it comes to this stuff, please do not milk these situations. I don't care if you make like 2 videos on it, say like from the start to the end, but don't make video after video after video after video after video milking the situation and then just labeling it as having fun. It just comes off as fucking weird, and you are a weirdo because clearly this guy's going through a tough time and you're making it stressful on his end by constantly seeing these amount of videos being made on him. And not to even mention the people who just placed false information on YouTube, these constant videos like throwing false information about Kwite over and over and over again to try to make him even more damned, right? But I'm just glad that Kwite has disproved literally everything. I just wish the best for Kwite. I hope that he can maybe someday, you know, bring his way back to the, you know, channel and just continue to make the fun videos that he's always made. And then I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.